TT side, but the T attack towards the bomb site comes through. Taco leading the charge. No frags exchanges yet. The bomb should be going down pretty comfortably. The smokes are good, and it's a 5-on-5 situation with SK with the advantage with the bomb planted. There's an absolute brawl. The Danes fighting back, finding the first 2 kills.
MSL's the one to watch from CT stairs. It's Cajun B on the flank. Good find against Fur. It takes out most of the post plant positioning. It's Taco. They have to find a firebox, and MSL immediately cuts him off as it's Bolts on a long rotation. They're diffusing with the kit in the smoke. The round goes to North as they get the perfect start. Bolts will get kills to at least add some economy to his favor. $300, make that 6 as he takes down Config as well, but it's 1-0 for the Danes, already over the Brazilians.
Absolutely is. Good job by North. Nice retake there. Good execution from SK to actually get the bomb down. 5-on-5 with the flanks coming through. North not messing around whatsoever. Pushing all those B apartments, getting top of middle and flanking and hitting every single shot. SK have looked rattled on this map in previous encounters, especially against FaZe. They didn't really get much going at all on their T side. As we move to round number 2 here. And will be shots with the Desert Eagle, but not really much damage inflicted. But Config certainly is. He's known to be an aggressive player, and he's right up in their faces. As him and AZ will find the first kill.
Cold with the Deagle swings. Config sitting at bottom mid. He's going to peek toward the underpass as his back turned. Recon off from anyone toward top mid because AZ's in position to get the shot. They do lose Cold, but a good headshot from Fallen on the scout. Puts him inside of the A side as well. Another head showing toward the top of the stairs. They've got to be very careful so as not to give away anything further as Fallen is tagged down to 28. It's still the man advantage, therefore, for North. And MSL is looking for information all the way up to B apartments. But my goodness, Cold. Reactions are brilliant on a Deagle. Fallen still holds position inside of A as well. That means the bomb is being encouraged back in that direction. That'll rotate as well. Cold back on 5 HP. He just needs to be a nuisance at this point in time. Cut off further rotations. Delay the time in which North can put a pressure onto the 2 players in A.
45 seconds here. It's up to SK to try and get that bomb down. It's on the back of Bolts right now, coming from that A ramp. Can't find the shots just yet. But there's only one player on the A side of the map, and that's going to be Cajun B. He's actually low and he holds towards jungle right now. He's only got the M4A4. The bomb will be planted quite comfortably here. Bolts considering flying towards the connector. Has to feel very brave about it. He's waiting for that scout to back him up, and Cajun B can do nothing about this.
Bomb plants for Bolts and immediately gets in position as well to get a shot through connector. They have the advantage in the subsequent round, following losing the pistol just as they did last time against FaZe Clan. They'll return the favor to SK. Cold does get Cajun, however, and AZ's going to try and get rather creative and get away from the bomb. Try and rotate and catch them off. Unfortunately, it's better positioning from Cold, and even though he was on 5 HP, he finds the round. And they'll tie things back up on 1.
SK Gaming, the force buy, always deadly on those pistols. The scout working out as well. It was North in the 3 versus 3. A little bit too tentative. Didn't challenge at all towards the A bomb site. Cajun B of low HP. Couldn't actually do anything about that whatsoever. Once again, trying to get aggressive. It was Cold Zero and co holding the flanks off, and they managed to find the frags here. North will be up against it now. Not the force buy necessarily. They got the Deagles out, the CZs. Only AZ with their helmet and body armor here. A little bit of a tag towards Valda as he goes down to 14 HP.
Taco. His way down toward connector as Fur backs off. Cleared all the positions. We'll get it toward the window. He'll sit for now. He won't jump necessarily all the way through. Cajun's conscious of it, but won't commit either rotating back. Instead, it's Config. They're going to leave to try and get information. Bolts has got the AK at the ready, spots him. Slow reactions, but over the top, they'll get a double peek, and Bolts and Fallen find the kill immediately. Or gets Cajun as well, getting toward the top of connector. So back-to-back Mirage games for SK. Volda, sitting firebox, is going to try and go undetected as long as he dare. 14 HP, has to swing out as the bomb goes down. He's spotted though, Bolts cuts him off. And it's just MSL remaining, immediately found from Fallen. It's 2-1 for SK.
Certainly is. SK Gaming converts. It wasn't the force buy again from North there. It was just a little bit of partial investment. Only AZ with the armor. P250s are now a full eco.
So Fallen with the scout. Still carried over. They'll leave Fur on a Mac 10 to try and get as much information as possible early. No investment aside from, as you said, the P250s in one season, 75 on the on the north side as Config's taken down immediately by Bolts. Fur is found at Sandwich. Cold Zero follows up. Will do. Level best sword, AZ as well. Now we get into the guns again. 3-1 for SK. They've reversed the fortunes. But North can get aggressive. And it's the op brought up for Cajun B immediately. Much like Kerrigan also used to op regularly on the CT side, even when there's TSM days. I think he's fit well back into the primary op role in the last year and a bit that he's been on the North roster. Taco will flash behind Cold to try and look for a peek toward the window. Smoke already down as well, close on Catwalk, and no further regression from Cajun or Config toward the connector. In fact, as they back off, their vision not fully restored. Taco may have had a chance to catch them, but doesn't quite go wide enough on the peak. They'll wait for Fur instead to walk out from the underpass and try and take position. Smoke's down, here's Config jumping through. Good find as Fur immediately wins connector, as he often does. He's tagged considerably though, down to 9 HP, and they got a subsequent kill back onto Cold 0. So it leaves us level on either side, but a slight advantage for North in the HP. Fur to the window as well. With Smoke down. He has position to catch off Cajun, who's trying to work back in. Taco's looked away, double peak potential. And if Taco spots first, Fur on low HP would still be able to swing. Good shot, Taco.
It's not bad at all. 4-on-3 now, escapes, and with a large advantage once again. They've still got 45 seconds on the clock. Two players towards the B bomb zone. Vauda, he's watching towards CD spawn. Fur had no idea. He'll be taken down, and suddenly North look competitive in the round. AZ, of course, low HP with the AWP. And he'll hold towards the B apartments. Fallen though, what a great position he's got himself into. 30 seconds, has no worries at all towards the jungle position. And now up to Vauda, who has to defend the A bomb side.
Vauda will go. Bomb being planted by Fallen. He spots bolts at range, so he can't commit to the single close range peek. And a rotation all the way back through T-spawn as well from MSL. You can get toward A main fast enough and win the duel immediately against bolts. The retake becomes very, very promising as well, though. You've got to consider that Taco is all the way back out toward mid and can peek through connector late. He's watching still from the window to see if anyone's going to go through the vents, but bolts, you're right, having gotten the kill on MSL, takes away the flank, and a save has to be called.
It absolutely does. Vauda and AZ will hold on to the AWP. Well, that's if they can get away. You can see them being hunted down right now. And it's going to be Taco. Can't do anything about that, though. Nice shot from Vauda. And it looks like they'll be holding on to the save weaponry here. But the scoreline starting to get impressive now for SK Gaming. 4-1. Shouldn't be in too much trouble here. We have got money to at least get some deagles out, some body armor, and the AWP presumably given over to the capable hands of Cajun B. I can see AZ holding on to it for now. He might be planning on bringing something interesting towards the B apartments, potentially try and get that first pick. He is known as a very skilled player. And we get into it now. Cajun B is left on that P250, and indeed AZ towards window.
AZ. Have a slight gap toward the smoke on Catwalk, but didn't have the timing in his favor, as Taco's going to slip beyond that smoke. And Fur, as always, will walk out from the underpass. Standard default thus far from SK. So AZ with the op. With the smoke down to the top of connector that's thrown every single round, he has to back off, concede the position. As he rotates toward MSL, it now puts 4 players in the A side, including that of the AWP. If Cold and Taco head to B and find Vauda alone, Fallen will swing back through spawn to grab the bomb. It's all about information gathering for SK at this point in time. Decent attempt from Taco. Try and get damage as they cross over. Fallen is taking the bomb 2-way, and Config's timing takes bolts down. That's going to be an AK gathered. North need rounds. If they want to make this an all-Danish final against Astralis, they need to pick it up against SK early, so good find to get aggressive and get the AK. That brings a 3rd weapon into the round, and no armor for Config, but he's at least got position toward Palace. And Fallen's already pre-scoped. I don't think he's aware Cajun is so close. But at the same time, if the smoke dissipates in the right time, Fallen could easily catch him off. I favor Cajun in this based on the fact that he is pre-scoped. He doesn't even see it, immediately taken down. AWP picked up. It's a double up set up with the bomb down to Taco. He's done damage, but not a kill. And unfortunately, not much further to go because Config's going to swing back out with the gun he gathered as he started the round. As Cold on 11 with 12 seconds, cannot win it. And North find their second.
Really solid round there from North, saving the AWP and an M4. They managed to come out on top. and find their second on the board. It's SK Gaming struggling there, and they certainly had an opportunity with Taco doing damage at least towards the A-bomb side, but couldn't find the frags required to close out the round. It was coldzera in a very difficult situation. If you still have money for both sides, things have become a little bit stronger here for North. They'll have the single off for Cajun B this time, not in the hands of AZ. And a lot of damage inflicted with that initial grenade as Valda makes his way up towards the palace, and this is looking like a set piece towards A. The flashbang goes in, very basic smokes deployed. Taco spots one, won't go for the wall bang, but he will find the frag. Valda goes down, the bomb should be planted here as the smokes are deployed.
Bolts, interesting plant from Fur. Throws a nade over. The fact that he plants open side, just relying on the smokes to hold them off. If they'd even flashed through, they would have denied the plant quickly. And at the very least, gotten a 1-for-1 trade. This Config has to force himself back away. And it's cold in perfect position.
Yeah, that's
top
really
middle.
nice.
I mean, the plant came down so quickly, he was already positioned at the wall. He never even had to leave mid.
They were going to try and save that as Config fell back. coldzera just executes him from the top of middle. Cajun B and AZ now to try and hold on to their weaponry once again. It's the AWP, the M4A4 they're trying to hold on to. This time Cajun B with the AWP. AZ knows there could be ensuing terrorists making his way towards his position in the B apartments. And Fur, he is at least exploring the idea. AZ will try to stay alive here as the flames go off. It will be SK Gaming to take the round.
So Astralis are doing their part with a 4-1 lead over FaZe. They have to win, and North has to win as well to make it a Danish final, but North are struggling. SK early lead as well. And they have the off on Taco this time, because he has the early spawn. So immediately he goes to mid. No smoke tries to find the immediate aggression from AZ. And deterred by the shot landed, he's going to drop down and go toward connector rather than getting aggressive with Config and immediately contesting for top mid control.
This is a very slow default right now from SK. North, known to have an aggressive CD side, they like to dictate the pace, they like to have Config pushing up middle, going towards underpass. MSL likes to push those B apartments, so SK very aware of that situation, just be holding up here. Nothing in terms of that aggressiveness from North will be coming forward, though. It's Fair watching the underpass, and we still have all our utility for the SK side. They haven't even deployed a smoke towards middle just yet. They're not even going to waste their time with that as they use the AWP towards middle. I can see Fallen working towards the connector. The first smoke will be dropped now. It's Fair clearing the underpass or smoke connector. This could very well be a push towards the B side towards short, but still an A push could come through. It's Bolts watching towards T-spawn. And they'll start to make their way back through T-spawn actually towards that A-bomb side with Fallen. So we'll open things up.
Fallen. For the execution, actually blocked, I think, one of his teammates' smokes if we just got that toward the end. So one of the smokes is not going to be deployed as a result of it. And I think that's the CT lineup because Bolts throws that to the back slant, the back board, rather than the corner. Bolts gets one kill back out of Alda, but it's Cajun B that gets above to find Taco. In fact, he can push the smoke as well as Bolts tries to go for the plant. Config's able to trade it instead, and they'll hold from jungle as North to pick up their third round, and they will. And in fact, on top of that, they'll do it by getting cold after the timer, so he will get no money because of the lack of bomb plant.
He'll be left at about the $3,000 mark. His teammates can still buy into the round, but that's great work from Config towards the connector. Holding strong, known as one of the most skilled players we have in all of Denmark. And getting to run number 9. It will be 5-3 for SK Gaming, but North fighting back here. There's a CT-sided map up overall. Still in the very early sectors as we go to round number 9 here. Same setup once again. A bit of a misread there from coldzera, considering he's brought out that MAC-10. I think he assumed they'd be onto an eco here, but sure what he's planning on doing with that. It's going to be him holding towards top of middle. The bomb makes his way towards the B apartments. Cajun B with a gap at top of middle.
$10 for Cold to hold.
So I guess at this point, coldzera at the MAC-10. Throw him into the bomb site, see if you can get his information, a wall of smoke execution, him going in first, trying to check towards sandwich or shadow position and see if he can just open things up. If he can't, at least get information, take some of the aggro away for his teammates, especially Fallen with that AWP. They hit the 1 minute mark, and this looks like the B execution. They'll be smoking towards the arches, one towards kitchen, flash over, and they'll try and get in there as quickly as possible. They'll get in just as the smokes are blooming, and it's going to be Taco given the MAC-10. He's actually said to Coldzera, give it to me, I'll see what I can do with this weapon.
Ooh, he's bypassed himself. He doesn't even realize that that's going to take AZ down because he didn't have the information. And himself somehow gets saved by Cajun as Bolts was falling on top of his head. The AWP needs a second as well before Fur responds. It leaves Cajun and Volda to reclaim territory at B. Thankfully, bomb not planted in all of this, so Volda can actually get much closer on the flank. From Fur, however, as SK look to double back up and go 6-3, Volda has to deny. A Molotov to work with no smoke, but does have a kit. That's found immediately by Fur. Fallen's in the sight. AWP, he's got to create distance, so immediately jumps away through quad. Molotov to attempt to flush him out, but he's waiting to watch the balcony. Instead, he doesn't have to move on this. He's getting aggressive. The shadow shows, and I think Volda realized it late. He gets the pre-fire, and it's the round to North.
Really well played by Volda. Just about spots the shadow there. That was key. Fallen not away, giving his position away. Commits to the angle, lost track of Volda, and he manages to clutch the round out. 5-4 now. That's a very, very important round for the Danes to pick up there. Nice spray control from Volda as he took down Fur, and that play was just absolutely everything. 1-2 situation, and the new signing for North comes out on top. Great stuff by him, and Fallen a little bit rattled there. This is a big game. And we'll be down to just Tech9's, CZ's, and one Galil for Fur. And head towards B once again. They managed to get in towards the side this time. Nade to the face, and they're going for a contact play. This means as soon as you're spotted, you fully commit, like that. Taco knows he's been seen by MSL, and they're just going to rush in and see if they can find the frags here. It doesn't look like it will work out as Cajun B has a bit of a shooting gallery right now. 2 kills for him, and that should be the round concluded. Only Fallen left trying to plant the bomb, but it's not going to work out for him. Cajun B hits absolutely everything. And it's North tying things up at 5-5.
So fortunes changing ever so slightly. Astralis still has the edge at 5-3 over FaZe. If FaZe win, remember they're through. It doesn't matter what happens to North. If Astralis win, and so too do North. It's an all-Danish affair in the first premier level Danish event. It's not bad.
It's not
especially
bad at
with Device, I'm sure watching on. Rather pleased with how his team's doing with Dennis at the helm.
Yeah, Dennis has been playing lights out as well. He's been an absolute monster at this event. From what I read, they said you can just have any position you like. You can do what you want, just run around and kill people. And he seems to be living up to expectations in that sense. Here's the replay from Cajun B with the AWP as he hit 4 kills there, albeit on an eco, but still they all count. And he manages to secure the round and denies the plan coming through. If they manage to maybe miss a shot there, they get the bomb down, they have a much stronger buy than what they do right now. They will be buying for this round. They've got 3 AKs with a Galil, a Deagle, little utility, so it's very important that he made it clean.
Smokes down, Molotov. The balcony. Or inside of smoke. There's a company towards Sandwich, but not on the inside of Tetris. Opens it up again to take down Taco. It's the op working wonders. Vold has gotten Fur back. Cajun takes significant damage trying to rotate away from the flames, but it's Config that sets up to drop Bolt as he enters into the site as well. Fallen and Cold. The last 2 alive for SK, and North could easily take back the lead. Smoke down top connector. Cold can finally bypass the position. That was thrown CT side as well, so it actually benefits him to get toward the window. Bomb's waiting as well to see exactly what Cold can open up. Fallen can't afford to commit solo. He needs the help of Cold on Catwalk, who just gets into position now. He might be able to spot Cajun, find the kill fast enough in the fact that he's on 12. But he won't peek, he won't go exposed into that position as Fallen is still getting impatient to try and find it. 43 seconds. They don't have to force the issue, but MSL getting Cold down. Fallen has to go, and unfortunately there is nowhere to go. It's 6-5 and North have the lead. So too to Astralis. Things are looking good.
Very good indeed. They've broken the money down. SK are down to those 4 spies. They're not getting any frags on the board whatsoever. And his players like Config starting to hit absolutely everything. Cajun B with 14 kills right now. So this is looking like SK Gaming might be up against the ropes once again. Here's some of the replays from MSL. As he manages to defend off the B bomb site. Good work by the in-game leader. It's round number 12, and we have a scout and some deagles. That's about it. It's Fallen with the scout. I thought he went down. There's actually KGB with the orb, who finds Coldzera. As we look to find a very simple round here for the north side. It's Fallen will get 1 frag with that scout, but I think that's pretty much all they get done in this round.
They're walking out. Sees that in hand. Jump up on the ledge, doesn't spot anyone, but Cajun certainly ready for it. I think he in fact heard that jump. Top to the corner, hoping to flush for out, does exactly that. Great read from Cajun. He's just fallen. Volda finds him. 7 now for North, and you can see it, they're on fire. They've gotten 5 rounds in a row as the emblem comes to blaze. Cajun has stepped up as well, by the way. 17 kills on round 13 for Cajun B.
Round number 13, we'll have a look at the buy for this one as we escape with the AKs once again. Fallen just enough, very quiet game. We just saw in the previous as well, he's done 4 kills after 12 rounds. This time, and we'll have faster play towards middle. SK Gaming trying to challenge and stop any aggression coming in, but look at Config, he's ready to fight at the top of middle, has the gap in the smoke to work with Caldera right in front of him. Now that first shot, uses the smoke as a bell to get back. Is it enough? It might be, the bullet spraying past him, but he will survive. He gets back towards shore, man advantage gained, and they managed to get out safely at the same time. Very good stuff from North, and it's another difficult round for SK Gaming here, trying to recover after losing their key player.
Over again. The game plan's quite simply read from SK. Fur always seems to walk out underpass, go toward connector. Bolt's last game was continuously toward A main. This time he's a little more passive. He just gets to the same position now, but they want to split the site. Config won't allow them. Finds the second as well and falling through the smoke. Taco does put him down, but it's a second late to save his teammate. Cajun finding Bolt leaves Taco in a 1 versus 4. North's about to find yet another round on the bounce. And although it's a max loss bonus, there's no bomb plant, so it's ropey buys right now for SK.
It looks like North are on fire. As you can see, their emblem lights up. That's 5 rounds in a row. And this is Config. This is what he does so well. Getting aggressive, getting in their faces, finding the shots, especially through smokes, as he takes down Fallen there. He's starting to get in the zone now. He wants that grand final. He wants to meet Astralis there. As we go to round number 14, there will be AKs out once again. The lost bonus at a maximum. That's what the fire emblem means. They are on fire.
Interesting as well for FaZe. If FaZe beat Astralis, they go into a final directly with Astralis. Yes. It's almost like the final's begun in some ways, even though it may not even start with those two teams. Let's find Config inside the middle. He gets aggressive, and this time they double up the position from underpass, so that works out tremendously well for SK to get the opening pick. And because of that, knowing that they've gotten the player down toward the top of connector and Config, they'll take the window, knowing he's not going to swing from jungle. It's Fur to catch off AZ, and Bolt takes down Volda. Great opening from SK.
It's not bad at all. It's North trying to get in their faces once again, pushing towards that A-round position. Cajun B kind of the shot that might have been a chance into the round, but he does get a second bite of the cherry there, and 2 frags come his way. 3-on-2 situation with MSL once again coming in for the backstab. They could actually pull this round back as the bomb is down towards the A-ramp.
MSL has vision of that bomb. Taco's vanished from inside of the palace, and MSL's a bit cautious of the fact that he could peek at any time, even though, as we see it, he's a lot further away. Instead, though, Cajun watches CT. So Fur and Taco will work in tandem based on timing. Question is, how does Cold approach the situation? Does he go immediately with them? So it's a triangle that's closing very quickly onto MSL. He's got to find the kill immediately on a Fur. Does exactly that. Now they've got positional advantage against the bomb, and Cold has to try and clutch back. Cajun can still see toward the palace, but Taco gets the shot. MSL overcommits. Cold takes him down, and SK finally get around.
It's looking quite good there at one point for North. A 5-on-2 situation with MSL coming in the flanks. Cajun B hits 2 from CT spawn, but ultimately with 10 seconds remaining, MSL with 2 targets in front of him can't convert it to a victory, and we're going to round number 15. SK, though, still going to be a little bit weak. They'll be down to 5 AK-47s. The author fall in this event, Matt, has been very quiet. You can see he has just admitted that it's not going to be working out for him. He's in Caldera as a primary open right now. They're not even bringing it out, but he is finding shots with the AK-47. That's not bad at all. Finds Cajun B, takes down the Orbrisk, and he'll make his way towards the CPL room.
Bolt's good swing, pulls it back. Takes Volda down as well as he realized that A-main was open. Lost track of a player inside of the site. Good position from Fallen. Never thought he was going down catwalk. He cuts off Config and MSL 8-7. Looks inevitable at this point in time. So North, with their struggles, will at least win the half against SK and a comeback as well. But work ahead of them as they're going to swap over to the T side in a must-win game.
After winning the second round forced by, they managed to carry that momentum for 4 rounds, but as soon as North got stabilized, they looked like the better team, the stronger unit. They were dictating the pace on the CT side, getting up in their faces. Convict starting to do some serious work, but the last couple of rounds, we started to see some signs of life from SK Gaming there. Fallen with the AK-47, actually doing tremendous work here as he pushes towards CT spawn and finds a 7th round. Nothing separating these two teams, a very important game here as we enter the pistol of the second half.
On the other side of the affair, it's 8-4 currently, and I think Astralis are about to pick up another round. I can't quite tell. Either way, Astralis still have the lead as they need to do. A pistol for North, all important. The buy thus far, as expected, 4 armor. Volda should go on to utility. In fact, he's got a smoke and a flashbang. On the other side of it, it's Taco that's going to be the utility man. Inspector Gadget with 2 flashbangs and the kit. The all-important pistol kit.
Oh, absolutely. It can be very important indeed. 2 flashbangs for him. Smoke towards middle and bolts to defend. He spotted 3 or 4 players coming at him emphatically towards that connector. Fallen trying to connect the shots, but nothing landing. All of the North players make their way towards the A-bomb site, but it might not be enough here as AZ will get one, but taken down quickly.
Shots out. Nice on finding, but not landing. He does eventually take down Fur, but it took him so long that Fallen was able to walk back in. Bolt steps out as well, and the bomb is dropped toward, Jungle. So Bolt's certainly holds the situation in his favor. Good shot back from Cajun B, but he's so isolated. Bolts has to back off of it. He could have forced it into a one-on-one immediately and forgotten about Valda until such time that it was required. Valda, however, on 2 HP. And Cajun's going to swing all the way around the map so as to get close to his teammate because of that, and they'll play for the trade naturally, letting Valda be the human bait.
Bolts up against it. 1 minute on the clock and the bomb is down. He goes towards top of middle, trying to get himself in an interesting position, get some information here. As he edges back in, 45 seconds remain. He has to find his first kill. Luckily, Valda is low HP and he'll just tuck himself in towards that connector.
Play it off of sound with 30 seconds. He's getting impatient because no one's peeked out toward mid yet. Valda's holding the cross. He needs to be the one to go down first. Double peek, and they can't find it. Valda wins it out. North wins an extremely, extremely important pistol round.
He absolutely does. Bolts did what he could. It was a good position, but both of the North players challenging him at the very same time. Not really much he could do about that, and there will be, from what I can see, a force by, yes, indeed, from SK Gaming. We're going to have 3 sets of armor. The Deagles are out, but Fallen, of course, the AWP won't be purchasing armor. There's been on the PT-50, a couple of flashbangs here. No particular stack coming through. It's a pretty standard setup. And we have one player towards the connector. It's Convu with the MAC-10, hungry for blood here. Wants to find the first kill. Can see Bolts, but it's not enough. Cold Zero takes him down from shore, and this is looking quite promising now. All the kills coming in with the CZ.
Bolts backs off, Deagle in hand. Tries to get the shot toward Valda. You're right, though. This is, even with the MAC-10, still rather dangerous. Cajun B certainly settles the situation. Takes down Cold as well. So rotation in from Taco on just the Deagle. And no kit, bomb plant for North, double digits, certainly within reach. Taco gets closer and closer. Full 10-second defuse required, and there's no way he can isolate towards CT, and I think he's aware that that's exactly what they're going to be. So tap and hold in hopes he can at least pick up a single kill, but it won't go that far. Volda's got 10 for North.
So Taco was one of the other players of our armor there. You could see as soon as he got hit by even a MAC-10 bullet, his aim flies up in the air. It's what we call aim punch. So he had a really difficult time there to even have a chance in that 2 versus 1. They could sacrifice one player, and without the kit, that was never really going to be possible for him. Full eco now coming in from SK Gaming. North homing in on that victory. Looking for an all-Danish final, Matt. Can you imagine that that's the reality we face the first time having a big stadium event here in Denmark?
Completely honest with you, without Device, I thought Astralis weren't going to be in the mix, and North, we haven't seen enough from them as of late to really convince me. So yeah, pretty remarkable storyline in itself.
Considering the teams we have here as well.
Yep.
SK, we have FaZe, right? It's a really stacked tournament.
That seemed like the obvious final, to be honest, especially because NIP, yes, okay, they won opening, but as we know, their trajectory seems to be up and down after winning events. So Valda trades out against Fallen. AZ's going to add to it. He'll take out Bolt, so another man advantage for North, I guess expectedly so, considering they are still against pistols in the MAC-10 for Taco. G2 continues to be underwhelming, though. That's
they haven't won a
can't
single
be
game
ignored.
They're up against NIP right now, and that's an almost redundant affair, isn't it? That has no effect on the tournament whatsoever. Those two have had a very disappointing run.
They at least picked up a Pro League win earlier in the year. But they can't even defend their title because they didn't qualify for it this time around, which also comes up in Denmark in 2 weeks' time.
That's true. Wow, the first gun round begins 11-7, ladies and gentlemen. SK Gaming on the back foot right now. As you can see, North still on fire, it seems. As we get into it, it will be MSL towards middle, using our Molotov to push off any offers that might be in the connected position, but it's Fallen, firing off shots through the smoke, and Fern to defend. He's going to hit that shot all day long. You can see it lined up perfectly. As I'll go towards B, it's a bit of a faster round, but coldzera, he's ready and waiting through the smoke. He'll get taken down eventually, and still within a shadow winning the round is North, as Config comes in from shore. Taco holding strong in the B bomb side.
Good find to double up as Config wants to swing back in. Some damage from the nade. In fact, Taco on 11 HP in front of him. Config on 58 has to find 3 and find them quickly because they're all double peeking. First kill, oh, it didn't even come in. It came so close. As Fallen got tagged to 22. It was doable if he could have evaded the damage, but Bolts with a timely peek brings SK back to 8.
It was those sort of rounds, it's the first gun round, you know, North, they've had a decent start there. They want to actually set the pace. You can see they've got UMPs, a couple of AKs going through. So they're trying to rush B, they're trying to just mix things up, and potentially no Tacos playing there, one of the weaker fraggers for SK Gaming. Try and get in fast, trade the frags, get that bomb down, hold them off the smokes. Wasn't the case, so coldzera waiting with a Taco, managing to get the first kill through the smoke, setting Taco up for the alley-oop, and he got a double spray. And it will be 11-8 now. Money's still there for North, just about. They've got 3 AK-47s, a UMP, and Config just down to that CZ-75. As we head into round number 20, it looks like we're going the full distance here. Fallen with the AWP once again. This game is certainly not done by any stretch of the imagination. And have a look at this setup. It looks like an A execution off the very get-go here. Smokes will be deployed momentarily. The objective, smokes down, flash over, get the bomb down, and the clutch begins almost straight away there. It's up to SK Gaming if they want to play in front of the smokes and challenge for the frags or go for the full retake. It's usually the latter SK go for. They like to come in as a 5-man unit, flanking positions, and we'll see if it works out for either side as Fallen can call for the smokes coming in. He wants to try and find the first kill before the smoke gets deployed on the steps position, just like that. And here comes the play. Dink through the smoke, that's not bad at all.
MSL swinging aggressively with the UMPs found through the smoke. Bolts drops the bomb in doing so. Back-to-back rounds for SK to close this to within 2 on the CT side as well. You do not want to give momentum to the Brazilians. As Cajun at least is successful in planting the bomb. They'll back off as well, and they'll double the position toward... In fact, they're going to rotate all the way around. So keep in mind, Volda on the minimap is going all the way around to middle. The problem with that is they are unaware that coldzera still actually holds position and is waiting for this. He's totally aware of this. The fact that there's 4 up and they went down smokes early, good find from Cold. Brilliant read. Volda down early. It's Cajun, though, that still has some position to work with toward jungle. Flashes off toward Cold. He knows that he wants to push back in, but it's a smoke to cover him off with their other defuse. Bolts has the lineup. He's going to be holding it all the way through. Cajun's got to go now. They've got 3 players in front of it. No way he was going to fire through all of them. And it is 11-9. This becomes a problem. Astralis are now at 10-8. There's 2 rounds between them and 2 rounds between SK and North. And they both need to win to have North versus Astralis in the final.
As Cajun be doing everything he could there. As you said, they hands lined up for him as the human wall deployed, but unfortunately Cajun with the time ticking away, couldn't find the lineup, and it will be SK gunning for double digits now, 11-9, and a full eco for the North side. They'll bring out the Deagles, the PD-50s, no armor, a couple of flashbangs and nades. They have been known to deploy this B execution, usually stacking on each other's heads. If we can have a look at that position, it's normally AZ that throws the smoke from this particular area. They're not, oh, there it is, on top of it. So Cajun B gets on top of his head. That smoke will go towards the kitchen. It's quite a fun smoke. You can see it bounce around the map. And it goes. It looked like that one actually was misthrown. I'm not sure.
No, I think the jump's fine because you actually bounce off the edge of the AC. I'd have to see it from the map perspective. Yeah, okay, so Taco's standing where it actually is. So you could be right. I think that's where it landed instead. So either way, Taco gets to swing in. AZ's got position behind the bench, and they can't penetrate through, but coldzera found 3 kills that are certainly effective. Bomb still planted, and it's a little bit chaotic and frantic with that smoke out of position. Bolt and Taco find the kills and bring this to a 1-round game, 11-10.
Yeah, North known to be an execution-based team. They do use that round in their gun rounds. That was just designed to get the bomb down. That was a pretty much full eco. That's absolutely fine. Just trying to give themselves more money into the next round. If you're not 100% familiar, if the bomb gets planted, even if you don't win the round, each player gets an extra $800, and it means they can have a nice full buy going into round number 22 here. Nothing really separating these two teams. It's North with a very narrow lead as we stand at 11-10. 27 kills for Cajun B, just to note. That's one hell of a performance so far. As it's the aggressive play from SK Gaming. We didn't see this against FaZe. They're gunning for the first kill, top of middle, and it works out. Taco with the AK-47 takes out MSL. They'll retreat with the advantage. Nice little incendiary there to buy them a little bit more time, and that's well played. AZ trying to have a smoke rebuttal here as he drops out of the Palace area.
He swings. Good find from Cold. He'll hold true. It's Cajun that wants to get the refrag, but Cold so far back there is no potential to do so. So 2 to the good. No response. Make that a third as well as Bolt takes down Vol. The bomb dropped. And inside of the site it is visible from reverse fire where Bolt was playing, but he'll elect to put out flames and transfer into the shadow position instead as Cajun is still not able to find anything on the AWP. He'll leave it up to Config instead. Good first find, but flashed off. Bolt's able to get this shot in return. This goes 11-11. So definitely North have a huge problem in that SK on the CT side are rolling. Fair enough. Find a shot. That won't do. It's 3 more. He would have to get with 47 seconds. Make that 2. Just Taco and Cold. Bomb is down, remember. And I think he's well aware of the fact the timing is such, and he's not spotted anyone, that Taco could be on the flank. If Taco were to go any further, he could have easily caught him out.
Taco's smart in that sense. Doesn't push any further. Doesn't want to risk anything here. He's just stopping Cajun from falling back and going towards B. They have the bomb for now, but Cajun, he goes towards a Palace position. You can see him sneaking through. 20 seconds, time ticking away. Cold Zera waiting on this side. Great position from him. Knowing he's got the AWP as well, he has to fully commit to the site and even go for a plant. I think Cajun B realizes it. It was a nice attempt, Matt. He gets a couple of frags, but saving the AWP is the better idea right now. Of 11 HP in the timeout as it is, he's not going to win that round. At least have this weapon going forward. Even if the money's weak for his teammates, there's always a chance he can win, especially with Cajun this sort of form. He's almost close to a 30 bomb right now as we do tie things up. 29 kills for him, just to note.
Yeah, that's remarkable. When you consider the next best on his team is 14, that's Volda. Config's on 13. AZ on 9 with MSL. Those two have been non-existent in many ways. Cold Zera, 19, Bolt's the same. They'll lead the way for SK. Everyone else is on 11, so team contribution, and we're on 11 rounds aside. How fitting is that? Make a wish, Hank.
Oh, I'm making one, but I can't tell you what it is.
Fair enough. So off out again, as you mentioned, from Cajun carried over. Pistols to go around it. Fallen has his op at the ready. Taco must have a gun down. I'm assuming there's an M4 or an AK. I think it was an AK he carried over, so he'll be able to pick that up immediately. Utility aplenty to go along with the pistols, however. So if the op can find early enough picks, they can still execute toward a site to get a bomb plant. They're relying on picks, however, because they've left the bomb in spawn, at least for now.
CZs, the AWP, is it going to be enough? SK currently at the 4th stage loss bonus. Their money not exactly secure though, Matt. They've got 2 players beneath $1,000. Bolts hovering about the 3K mark. They have 1 more buy in them. But if North can do anything with this, get a bomb down, make it down to a 2 versus 1, for example, that could be enough in the following round to really give them a chance with the maximum loss bonus. Let's see if they get anything done here. It'll be another air execution. You can see they've got all the smokes to work with. 5 smokes, flashbangs, Molotovs. They'll all be deployed. We've seen it before. Objective, get that bomb down. But this time it's a change of formation. SK are playing in front of the smokes. They're looking to challenge. And we'll see if Bolts can get anything done. He seems to be very strong in this particular position. Smokes will be deployed. Can SK hold them off as North will come in with those CZ-75s and try and take the aggro away for Cajun B to light them up with the AWP.
Bolts to Shadow. Very passive. Fur starts it off. AWP yet to find kills. Fur, he'll add to the damage that Bolts was already inflicting to himself to find a kill. And when he gets Volda clean, it's Cold to step up, and Config lasts alive. AWP is lost, but not forgotten as Config gets toward it. Long time. He would have to hold it with 32 seconds, and Falling gets the shot. SK have the lead.
Yeah, that's one hell of a shot from Fallen there. The clean sweep from SK Gaming. We needed to get the bomb down from North there. We needed to find some frags to keep SK modest, but that wasn't the case. It's SK to take the lead. 11-11 goes 12-11. SK Gaming with the lead. And we'll see if Config will be able to get a full buy here. Will indeed, like you said, maximum loss bonus. And Galil comes out for Cajun. Been playing so well with that AWP. It's going to be a shame to go down to just that. But here we go then.
Good shot from Fallen over the edge of the smoke. He knows as well that they've swapped away for the gun. He tries to fire back exactly where the gun was thrown from, but he won't find Cajun B. Another advantage for SK.
Opening pick comes through. There's indeed Fallen to pick it up. So the 5-on-4 is perfect with the CTs. That's the hard work done. You don't need to trade frags. You don't need to do anything. You just hold your crossfires, and you've got a smoke here from Fur. He's just looking above that towards the underpass right now. He'll throw another one just to buy himself a little bit more time. It bounces off the wall towards short, and now that's actually perfect. I'll pre-fire that position, but he can come back and look over the top of it. Wait for the reload to come in about now, and that's when he refaces. That reload will come in, and Config presumably won't be pre-firing that position, or maybe he will. He does do damage, but not a significant amount. Fur wants to keep fighting here.
Above the smoke, Fallen back away. Needs a better angle to watch inside of the site. So it gives Vol the potential to try and open and level the playing field. Sit below the window and watch the high one. Sure no one's lurking from ladder. Two directly inside of B for North. One at the window position, two inside of A. Config will work his way up on connector. They spot, in fact, Fallen. He has to fall away. He's tagged down to 1 HP, but he still has an AWP. And Fallen, oh my God, how does he snap that fast to take down Volda? Config pulls it back at the very least, and he'll continue to be aggressive to find Taco. A bomb plant finally for North, and just Cold-Zero staying in the way.
Focusing in that middle area as the connector. They yield success there for North. Config with two nice AK-47 frags and Cold-Zero. Surely with no chance to clutch this round out. As in 3 versus 1, waiting for a mistake to be made, is focusing on the opponent's position, given a chance. He'll take AZ down to 17 points of health. He's lucky to get away with his life. Cold-Zero, one of the scariest players in the game right now. He'll find Config, and now he really has got a chance to win this. The bomb is ticking away, and finally they'll stop giving you opportunities. They'll pick up the AWP and fall back, and the North will indeed tie things up at 12-12. The money's still relatively strong for SK Gaming, and not the same story for North. Luckily for them, though, they keep 2 players alive. Just to make sure, indeed, Cajun B and AZ will survive that. And a scout for AZ, was that a misbuy?
I think that must have been. It's already on the ground, so we'll find out in a second here. I think that has to be. We welcome our viewers jumping over from the G2 and IP game. That one done. And the last 2 games playing the games that matter. If Astralis win their game, the winner of this moves to the finals. If FaZe win, it really depends on how SK perform. If FaZe win, actually, excuse me, they are through, so. A lot riding on 4 teams in 2 matches as MSL swings up. That's toward the cubby. Cold-Zero is toward the ladder room in this time, but smoke down. Cold-Zero will actually swing out and catch off MSL, and they go 1 for 1. And the fact that the kill was achieved immediately before that by North. Cold is on 1 HP.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem, but he stays alive for now. This is getting to the closing and exciting end of this matchup. Nothing really separating these 2 teams to go towards the window. That's to be Config boosted in. Bolt's waiting on the other side. Smoke will dissipate any second. Config aware of it. Tucked himself in the corner. This next frag going to be very important indeed. We make our way back towards the A side. That's where the bomb's heading at least. We still have utility in the form of 2 smokes, 4 flashbangs, and Molotovs, and Config had to hit the shot. Couldn't connect the bullets, and Bolts will take him down.
Absolutely on low HP. There was no chance he was going to. They have left AZ inside of Palace pretty much the entire round, but I don't think there's been much noise made from Fallen being up close. So he won't have the information. And this AWP from Fallen in this position is menacing. 1 to go and 1 to try and trade, but Fallen gets away so quick. And AZ knows he's gone towards Shadow, but can't find the angle. He sees Cold reverse fire. 1 HP. A wall bang would do it. He's trying to bait him up, but he won't go. And AZ knows and finally gets in position, but he's traded by Bolts because he had tunnel vision toward Cold. As Volda now has to clutch. And they'll make room for him to at least plant the bomb and try and swing around. 1 for the flank and 1 towards CT. 12 HP for Bolt, but it's Taco that becomes the threat first. And Volda, with a Molotov down, will turn his full attention that direction, but Taco's got the lineup and SK take back the lead.
Good attempt by Valda, managed to get that Molotov off towards CT's spawn, but it's not enough. I like the play from AZ as well. As he pointed out, behind the bomb site box is just there, that corpse. He knew a player was there, dealt with Fallen, got the second kill, but it wasn't enough there. Tunnel vision and plenty coming through, and he couldn't manage to pick up the kill. SK take the lead once again. With the bomb is planted, we won't be completely wrecked in terms of the financial situation. We do have 2 players on sub 3K, but we can get 3 AK-47s out of least. I'd assume this will be a chance to take a pause. And it will indeed. So they'll work out what kind of buy they can get. As you can see, Cajun B and Config low on the money. They're going to have to buy this one, I think. I don't think you can afford to take an eco here and allow SK Gaming to have that sort of lead, 14-12. Well, Sonny discussed things. A chance of the coach to be involved. Rugger for the north side. So they can't bring out an AWP. They will be forcing into this one. As you can see, Cajun B brings out a UMP. They are an execution-based team, so the fact he brings out the UMP means he wants to get flashbangs, the smokes out, the Molotovs, and actually have utility to work with to get them onto those bomb sites. So, same story for Config, and this will almost certainly be some sort of execution coming through in round number 26 here.
Bolts to flash mid over the top, gives Fallen the chance to get inside a connector, and that's exactly why. Finds the opening pick on himself.
Yeah, that's not good news. And the execution potential has been completely thwarted now as Fallen completely controls the mid-area. They head back towards A and has thrown the smokes in, hope for the best here. But it's looking like we've got this on lockdown. Bolts watching with the AK-47 for anyone crossing towards Tetris. I'm not really sure if they can do anything about this one. We'll give it a go. No AWP to work with. They have got his AK-47s. Config still alive. He can cause damage here.
One round in the lead and 1 man in the lead for SK. Hold up. Goes before the smokes. He wants to catch them before they bloom, and they're in hiding as AZ's actually pulled back against Spur. Watch Bolts. Swings out to find Valda, but AZ. Immediate trade. Config doesn't want to leave the position in Tetris unless he absolutely has to, and he certainly will, because CT is going to be a problem, and he's got to try and plant reverse default. Good flash. Timing of it forces both players at CT back off the angle. Cold somehow gets in through the vent before Cajun's ready for it. Tight position to find, but timing in his favor. And the retake begins. Kits for all 3. No smokes. Last of which is thrown now toward Palace, and with Config going down, AZ has to commit through the smoke. Taco's found the kill. It's going to be 14 rounds SK.
That was the force by the 3 AK-47s, falling with the first frag, funnels them towards the A bomb site. The execution was good. They got the bomb down. A few trades coming in, but it comes down to the 2 versus 1 situation. AZ can't find the spray, and it will be SK now in touching distance of closing this one out. 14-12, and it has to be an eco for North here. At the very most, a partial by some deagles, maybe some body armor, but overall, it's looking like SK are going to take this one.
And that's bad news for North.
They've gone all in just tonight.
They have, absolutely. You're right. They've gone Galils and UMPs. This is really tough position for North. Again, must win if they want to make the final. Now, all of that might be void in the fact that it is now 12-11. If FaZe beat Astralis, they're in no matter what. So this game becomes essentially redundant if they're able to achieve that goal.
Well, it's good it's still going on. The closing sectors of both games, so it's still quite exciting in that respect. And it sounds like Astralis win another round.
I wouldn't have thought we were in Denmark, but I'm being reminded every now and then.
It's true.
Config
North, it's
gets desperate with the deagle. Yeah, exactly. Trying to work toward the B site, but desperate with the deagle to fire through the window, I think.
We'll fall back towards that. I think it's the execution that is peddling this over and over again, trying to get that bomb down and clutch it out, but without the firepower, these UMPs, I'm not believing this is going to be the play that wins them the game. Flashbangs coming in from the CT side, and the smokes will be deployed momentarily. It's the same strategy once again. No variation, no fake coming through here. All 5 players going in. They haven't got much left to work with. A little UMPs and 2 pistols as their final commitment.
Quick check. Fires down toward the cinders below him. And they'll start their way in. Smoke's already down. MSL has to cross, no gun. Cajun gets found through the smoke by Bolts. That's even more problematic. It is one of the SMGs available to MSL as he falls back away from planting the bomb, but he's got to get that far first. Valda, he'll choose to fight forward. Taco's taking him down. And it's all falling apart for North. Valda swings as well. Double position, and both players peeking down. Taco gets the kill instead. Bolts takes down Config, and immediately it's 5 players left up in the round over. As you say, they went all in as well. Map point for SK.
Map points indeed. SK Gaming 15, North 12. It was the execution once again. There was a slight variation on it. You did see a delay. The apprehensions went towards the A bomb, so they wanted to bait out all the utility, and they certainly got that, but it drops an incendiary at the mouth of the A ramp, meaning they couldn't actually get through for about 6 seconds at that point. No one rotated, no one took the bait, and it was Bolts to get shot through the smoke. As you can see on the screen right now, took down Cajun, the round was done, and they go into potentially the last round here. With 2 Galils, 2 UMPs, and MP7, it's looking very grim, and it's an aggressive play, and it will be MSL and Coldzera to trade blows here. Config will get one in return, but I think the damage might have been done. Bolts knows they're coming through. One player survives, and that's going to be AZ, and looks like SK Gaming at least have a chance to make the grand final now.
AZ tries to do everything he can. I think the writing on the wall. No bomb plant yet. Does have it in his hand, but just look away from jungle exactly when Bolts peaks, and that's done. 16-12. SK have given themselves a chance, but a slim one. This game could still be ruled redundant. They will now sit with bated breath as they watch in, because Astralis is on 14 and FaZe is on 11. If Astralis close out the next 2 rounds, SK are in the final. We're going to send it over immediately.